Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and our 2013 playthrough. Tonight it's round 9 and we are heading to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. And we are heading there with an extra shiny car. You may have noticed it in the intro there. Let me pull it up here. You can see it looks pretty dark at the moment. I have been assured that this, this material does kind of depend upon the lighting. So inside it's pretty dark. Maybe out on the track it'll look a little bit brighter. But the 2013 mod got an update yesterday evening. Or yesterday afternoon, as did the 2012 and the 2014. Not checked those out yet, but I put in the updated file. From what I understand, it's trimmed out the database a bit because it was a little bit bloated, and made a few other little tweaks. There's a sequel trigger built into it now rather than having to run a separate script at the end of every season. Unfortunately, some of those changes only work on a brand new save, so not entirely sure exactly how much of a change to our game will actually make, but at least we've got the new chromey McLaren. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And who knows, maybe in the future we may come back and revisit this mod with a different team and try something a little different. Who knows? We have options. So. Right, speaking of mods and updates and options and stuff, we are going to have to restart the 2026 playthrough, unfortunately. I was checking with Onion last night, and it turns out that research is very much, kind of broken. So we will be having to start that again with the new 1.2 update, which I think will probably be the last update for a while, if at all, for the pack. So there might be some minor tweaks, but I think in terms of like database and stuff like that, 1.2 I think is going to be the final update. Just a feeling. So yeah, a bit frustrating, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That'll have to be a full-on restart. So I think what we might do is just run this save file all the way through the rest of this week and then just start from scratch with a bumper week next week to kind of catch up a bit. So welcome Harvey, welcome Farah, good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else who is lurking in the chat. As always, please do feel free to say hello, and if you've got any questions, ask away, and I'll do what I can to answer those for you. Ibn Dino, let's get the camera on. There we go. Sporting the Senna McLaren top today. And of course, left the Michael cap up on the shelf because it did not really give us much fortune yesterday. It's only when we switched off that and went back to the McLaren cap that all of a sudden our race came alive. So yeah, maybe we might have to be a little bit more liberal with when we bring out the Schumacher cap. It does not seem to be giving us much good fortune so far. Right, it is Silverstone, as you can see, day of the Grand Prix, and we have lost a tiny bit of DRS effectiveness. We have been hauled in slightly there. Low speed still good. We've lost a tiny bit in the medium and the high speed. We've gone from 13th and 11th to 13th and 12th. We still have the best dirty air, and we still have the best tyre wear and engine cooling. So I think overall we may have just been pipped on overall car performance. In fact, let's have a look, shall we? It's been a while since we did that, since we actually imported the save file in pre-race and had a look at where everybody stands. So let me open up my browser. Go. Let's go. Yeah. Database editor online. Let's load up the autosave, because that is what we're on right now. And let's take a look at performance. So, we have been overhauled in terms of development. Well, I say overhauled. We are still second in overall development behind Mercedes. But what's fitted, we do still just have the best car, but it's a tiny margin, look. Paul di Resta's car is just 0.2% behind ours. 77.87 for Hamilton's car. And then where are Ferrari? Ferrari down here on 74 and 73%. Red Bull on 76%. We've got a little bit of a buffer to a couple of those teams at the moment. That's kind of cool. Let's dive into this. Let's see. So we've got the quickest car, best acceleration, and by about 5% as well, which is quite nice. Same here, about 5.5% on top speed. We are 7th in low speed according to this. That's a little bit worse than I thought it would be. 5th in medium and 6th in high speed. Yeah, we are what, 8th on the grid according to the game in low speed, which would translate to being 4th and 5th fastest. And this has got us rated at 7th. Yeah, that's yeah, we're not 4th, we're 7th. That's a bit of a surprise. Best DRS. Game has overhauled us slightly, which again seems a little weird. Best dirty air. 3rd best tyre wear. Joint top with engine, because you know top 4 teams are running Mercedes engines, and just below Mercedes in terms of overall engine cooling. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's close that down. Jump back into the game. There we go. Let's double check what's going on with the car. We've got the underfloor that is just under 2 weeks away, and the rear wing that's just over 3 weeks away. Both of those parts will not drop in time for the next race. We go to our stand-in for Hockenheim after this Grand Prix, which will be Mexico. And then we've got a spare side pod coming in 5 days, which we will have in time for that. And it's a back-to-back Grand Prix. So both of those two those two upgrades that are coming will have to wait until after the mid-season break, because we do not have time to get them in for this race or the next one. Speaking of, if we go to the calendar, you can see we have our mid-season board review after this Grand Prix. Then we've got Hockenheim here, and then we go into the mid-season break itself. So we'll have that 3-4 week gap until the next Grand Prix, which is down here, and that's Hungary. And there you can see where our upgrades will drop. We'll have plenty of time to get at least 2 underfloors made and multiple rear wings made before we go to Hungary. And then once we finish Hungary, we'll have a brand new ATR. And then we'll go into Spa with a nice payday on the Friday before we actually leave to go to Spa from our sponsors, which will be quite nice. Right. Quick overview of where we stand. Excellent result last night. We got ourselves a 1-2. Schumacher got the win, because we did tell Jensen to, play nice, and he did. So we're on 149 points now in the constructor standings. We are 35 points behind Mercedes, which is not too bad at all. And we're just 12 points behind Ferrari, who we need to get ahead of, because we need to get 3rd minimum in the constructor standings. And in the driver standings, Schumacher now up to 95 points. So we are, 37 points behind Sebastian now. Getting right into the conversation now for potentially making Schumacher a champion. Let's get some targets set for this evening. Car performance has dipped slightly. I'm not sure how we're going to do here. I'm going to play it a little safer here. We're going to go 5th And we're going to go 8th. And that should be good enough. Right. Let's hit the grid.
Welcome, and come on in to the home of British motor racing. Halfway through the season, it's too early to call the championship. Can teams make good before the summer break, or will they be hoping for a reset?
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. And at the season halfway point, time is starting to run out for teams to push ahead.
Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
Okay, let's prep the cars. Start by putting in the older engine and an older gearbox. I think we're still on that first DRS. Okay, moving over to the second car. Put the older engine in. Still on the first gearbox there, so nice and straightforward. So Silverstone, I think, is it 17 or 18 laps? Regardless, we're going to just go with the 15 and hope that that's enough, because we are going to be calling them in the second we get the feedback. There we go. Setup window in some areas on this car can be a little varied for this track. I'm going to start with quite a high front wing. I'm going to go with a 6. I'm going to go with an 11.5. I'm going to go with a 9.1. And then I'm going to push. This up a bit. And I'm going to take that down a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to run the same setup on both cars. Let's go with a 6, 11.5, and 9.1, 3.3, maybe, 3.25, and then 0.25. We'll make a couple of minor tweaks on this one. There we go. And we are ready to hit the track.
Sessions should be starting now.
Heat is back with a vengeance today, although I slept through most of the day, so I've avoided the worst of the heat because I just couldn't sleep last night. I think I slept for about 47 minutes last night, so I've been asleep this afternoon. Currently 29 degrees where I am right now, so definitely a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Could go up to 34 degrees tomorrow. Yeah, the heat wave is back with a vengeance. Tomorrow's going to be very uncomfortable. Right. Let's see how the new chromey McLaren looks around Silverstone.
No curbs.
If it consistently looks a little bit too dark, then I might take it off and just go back to normal paint. But we'll see how it goes throughout this weekend. Probably keep it on for the next couple of races as well. Make the decision at the weekend. Look at the track temperature. I said it could be up in the 50s. It's 51.6 degrees. Ouch. It's very, very toasty. Let's look at the overhead. You can see the the extra shine that this has now, definitely a more sort of chromey / metallic look to it. You can really see the difference in the material when you go up close. Has made some of the sponsors a little darker as well. Particularly on the side of the car, you can see how much more reflective it is. All right, we're at 1 out of 5 on Jensen already. That was quick. Nice. Right, let's speed him up. Yeah, looking at 34 degrees as a high tomorrow, 32 on Friday, back to 26 on Saturday. Don't do well in the heat. Never have done. Miguel Baltazar making a little mistake.
Watching the Ferrari.
Rosberg's Ferrari.
No, that's not quite what they would have wanted. And they'll find themselves at a disadvantage if they keep on doing that.
I like the idea, Baltazar, but unfortunately if you damage anything, it'll just get switched off switched off the car before Rosberg gets back in. So appreciate it, but it doesn't really help. Track temperatures dip down to 44 degrees. Starting to slowly edge back up a little bit. And we are close to feedback. There we go. We've got our first bid in for Michael. Let's have a look, see what he thinks. Ooh, 96. That's a really good start. Really good start. We will call him in. Make the little tweak. But we can be done, theoretically, in practice 1 here, if we can get it right. Let's have a look at Jensen. Jensen's at 90. A little bit more work needed on that one.
Yeah,
Pull
copy
him
that.
into. And I spent the morning, after failing to sleep, trawling through Temu.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter.
Trying to find riser displays to stick inside my Calax, because I've seen some really nice custom shelves that you can, or custom display stands that you can get on Etsy, but they're the best ones I've seen. They're in Australia, and so you're paying maybe 30 quid for a 3-shelf riser, and then about 30 quid on top for postage. Makes them very, very expensive. So I've been looking to try and find things on Etsy. On Temu, having previously trawled Etsy, and very, very frustrating experience, because some things are so close to being perfect, and then one measurement is out. Like, I found the perfect stand had 3 separate layers with a step for each one as well. The length of the shelf needs to be the right length so that the car actually sits on the shelf. That was fine. The overall height was fine. The spacing between the shelves was fine. it was just too wide, just a little bit too wide. It was at like, I think 38 or 40 centimeters wide, and I can't go above 33 because that's the width of a Kallax box. So it's just like, it was so close, and it just won't fit. And then there are a lot of other things that were like that as well, where I found it had the perfect height, the perfect width, and then the shelves were like 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters deep, which is just nowhere near enough. I need like 10 to 15 to get the car on there securely and safely. So, yeah, very frustrating experience. We dipped this one down, didn't we? Let's push that back up. Let's drop that down. And let's see if that's enough. Evening, Rafi. You've been playing for about a month now. How do I keep the game interesting so it doesn't get repetitive? Mods is a good start, but picking the right mods, setting yourself targets, not playing as the most dominant team right from the off, also a big thing. Upping the difficulty a bit so it's not too easy and you can't just dominate very, very quickly. There's all sorts of little things you can do. Create a narrative, create a story. Back on the PlayStation, when I didn't have access to mods, I would set myself a challenge mode. And I did it on 22, 23, and 24. And, for example, you take a car and you fill it with just rookies. Like, complete rookies. F2 drivers. And try and not just build up the team, but build up the drivers as well. Take the worst team on the grid, put all the difficulty settings up to high, and try and get to the point where you can win a championship, or at least win races. And don't forget, you can always bounce around between the teams. If you get bored with one team, you can look and see who really struggled and move over to them. So, for example, which playthrough it was, I think it was again on the PlayStation. We moved over to Ferrari because they went bankrupt at the end of that season, so they lost their drivers. They lost Hamilton because he didn't renew. Hamilton retired and Leclerc didn't renew because he went somewhere else because he couldn't afford him. They lost all of their affiliates, and they had 2 drivers who were rated at like 50. All of their facilities were completely in the toilet. They were all like down to almost to zero in most cases. They were all in the red. And so we spent the first year trying to rebuild Ferrari, bring in some better drivers for the following season. We brought in Antonelli, and we ended up winning the championship with Antonelli. But we brought Ferrari back to life. So there's all sorts of things you can do. Do I always go through the practice sessions and don't skip? I do for the streams. When I'm racing on my own, I'll always do the practice sessions because I can control the wear and tear on the car. I can control what setup gets put on the car. I can control what tyres get chosen. If you simulate, then it will just go out and put a random setup on the car, which, if you've just spent ages putting a setup on the car and then you hit the simulate button, it might not be that setup. If they exit test, it might be a complete they just feel like it. You'll have no control over what tyres they use. They'll go out at full pace, so they won't be lifting and coasting into corners. They won't be avoiding curves or any of that stuff. They'll wear the car out a little bit faster. They might crash, and you'll have no way to keep an eye on that until it's too late. So yeah, I'll always kind of go into each session, and I'll probably just run it at time 16, like this. Pretty much start to finish. We do a little bit more of a spectative, I suppose, is that the word? kind of overview of practice for the live streams. Honestly, things take a little bit longer because I talk and explain things that I'm doing rather than just doing them and moving straight on. But yeah, sometimes I might speed time up a little bit in a Grand Prix when I'm playing on my own, but yeah, whenever I'm streaming, it's always run it at nothing but real time. I mean, what format are you playing on, Rafi? Are you playing on PC or console, first of all? Right, we have feedback from Jensen. He's actually coming into the garage already. We have improved him by 4%. As the rest of his car goes orange, that means that part will get swapped out at the end of the session and will be replaced for the rest of the weekend. Would I recommend the 2013 mod? Yeah, I mean, it had its instabilities, but I mean, it just got an update yesterday, which has thinned out the database a little bit, got rid of some of the bloat in the driver market, and has taken care of the need to manually run a SQL script. This 2013 mod is the only one of the 3 season mods that Kevin has done. This is 2012, 2013, and 2014. 2013 is the only one that is currently available for free, which is on Overtake. All 3 of those are on his Patreon, but you need to be a paid member to his Patreon to get Discord access, because that's where the files are. They're on his Discord. And they're encrypted, and you don't get the link to download or the password unless you're a paid member. So that's where 12, 13, and 14 are. But yeah, as I say, 13 itself is free. That's on Overtake, and it did get updated on Overtake as well. So yeah, if you are thinking about doing the 2013 mod, now is pretty much the perfect time to do it, because he's just updated it to make it a little bit smoother. My mouse battery is dying. Just got a notification pop up. Here's my cable. A little bit messy on my desk at the moment. Need to clean up again. There we go. Oh, this is going to feel a bit weird. Cable's catching on controller and stuff. Get that out of the way. That feels a little bit better. It does not feel heavier though the second I plug that cable in, and a lot more restrictive in movement. I think it's the friction of the cable catching as well. What I might do, I'm trying to remember where I put it. Where did I put my other mouse? I do still have my Razer, a Rochi. I don't remember where I put it. Oh, there it is. I'll charge that later. If I turn the mouse on, wouldn't it? Oh, wow, this feels so weird to go back to this mouse. I'm so used to the MX Master now. This is so much smaller. It's so much lighter. Any issues with the PC? It's been a little unstable. Just randomly restarting. I don't know if that's because of a Windows update. Apart from that, not too bad. I probably need to repaste it at some point. Right, we are not too far away here. Let's take that down to a 0. And let's bring that down. And I think that might be perfect. Schumacher hits the garage. Let's take a look at his car. 99%. Ah, damn it. I hate it when I'm at 1% away. Let's go that way and see if we got it right that way. And that's it for the end of this practice session. We will send them back out in the next one and see whether or not we've got it right with those changes. How do I figure out the setups? Experience in practice. Well, yeah, I mean, don't forget, I mean, your PC is just running a game, Farah, but mine is running a game plus OBS plus a browser to keep an eye on things. And so, you know, it does run a little bit hotter. I mean, it's still okay. It's still within tolerances. Let me open up the task manager. So you can see I'm running around about 70 degrees. It's a little higher than I'd like, but I mean, it's not, you know, too hot. But it does sometimes get a little bit hotter in the heat, you know, when all the hot air gets trapped in the room. So I just thought maybe a quick repaste. I mean, it's been a year and a half now as well. So, I mean, surely that paste can start drying out at some point. Okay, we have a penalty for Nico Hulkenberg going into this Grand Prix. Oh, wow. Oh, man. The scroll wheel. Oh, that feels awful. On the Master. I've unplugged it to... I'll charge it up later. I'll charge it up overnight. I have a nice free scroll wheel. Where it just spins and keeps on spinning, and that it's all clicks and it just feels very weird. Yeah, I'll leave that off to the side and I'll charge that later. Use the razor for today. So there we go. Practice. Oh, look at that, we're at 49%. If we'd nailed those setups, we might actually have been at 50 and would not need to run again for the rest of the weekend. But as it is, we're at 49% plus setups, so we are going to need to run them again. into the second practice session then.
Okay, that's green light.
Track temperatures already 55 degrees almost. What is race day temperature going to be? 32. We're supposed to be at 24 and 25. What are we at? We're at 28. So we're supposed to be at 24 degrees today. The sun's out, so that's probably boosted the temperature up. But yeah, if it's going to be 32, we're going to see temperatures potentially in the 60s for this Grand Prix, which adds a very interesting dilemma for tyre strategy. This will be a one-stop Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure of that for us. It'll be a one-stop. And we are going to have to really protect the tyres if we want to make sure that we can stick to the one-stop. The other option is that we just let the tyres overheat, wear them out faster, and go onto a two-stop. I don't know if that's going to be faster, because we're going to have to really reduce our pace to keep the tyres from, from disintegrating in 60-degree temperatures. I don't know how much, given how aggressively fast you need to be on the circuit to be really competitive. I don't know how much that's going to hurt our lap times. Maybe it would be better to just use and abuse an extra set of tyres. I don't know. I do not want to be pushing in the braking zones. Not with high air temperatures. That's going to absolutely cook the engines. So, especially if we get any dirty air as well. So I might take a couple of laps of fuel out. Try not to do fuel saving too much, but do a little bit here and there where we need to keep control of the temperatures. Again, looking after the engine temps might seem like a smart play, but lifting and coasting into corners, it's going to cost us, again, a huge amount of time.
Now this was at turn 3.
It's Pastor Maldonado.
That's not how to do it. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
Doing donuts in the car park. Temperatures dip down, now down to 23 degrees, now below the 24-degree average that we were told about.
Okay, understood.
Track temperature is still quite warm at 45 degrees. We've got our feedback. Let's have a look. We got it right with Jensen. We got it wrong with Michael. All right, well. We are coming in anyway. Let's call Schumacher in. So we need to go the opposite direction on the toe for Schumacher's car. And Jensen's is done. And our feedback rating should be good. Yes, it is. Excellent there. We're at 53%, so that will be 100 for both. And we're done. We are done with practice. So that needs to be 0.3. There we go. Confirm. How you doing, Mike? Yes, it is very stuffy today. Going to be even hotter tomorrow.
R09 speed limiter on. Stop in front of our garage.
Yeah, I'm running a lot of mods as well, which pushes the temperatures up a little bit. There we go. Confirmed. Jensen is done. Schumacher will be done. Just needs to run that new setup. And we're not going to run it. Oh, damn it. We didn't need to do that. Meant to do. This mouse feels so weird. I use this mouse every day for well over a year. And I used it on the PlayStation as well. And now it feels completely alien to me. I'm so used to the master. There we go. So we have now used. I'm going to do it with Jensen. I'll do it again just in case. Did I actually not change his tyres? I don't know whether I changed his tyres. Yes, I did. Okay. So we've used an extra set of mediums. There we go. And for Michael as well. So now when we sit out, we'll hand back 2 sets of softs, and we'll have 4 sets of softs to take us into the Grand Prix for qualifying. Plus that extra set to come on completion of qualifying or when we arrive in Q3. So we'll have 5 sets of softs to play around with. And hopefully we'll only need the 1 for the race, but I'd like to have an extra set as well in case the safety cars need to suddenly change the strategy. Evening, Wayne. Just climbing back up just a touch under 50 degrees again. Yeah, if we do hit 32 degrees on race day, we are potentially looking at 60 degrees or higher on the track. That's going to be very, very hot. Now, Wayne's off work at the moment, which is probably a good thing. Otherwise, he would just be a puddle of sweat somewhere in a glass house today. Right, let's whiz through the final session as quick as we can. Again, we have to go into the session, even if we're not going to run, so that the drivers don't, get up to their own devices.
Should be starting now.
If we simulate.
Right then,
Resta,
you can
second
take a look now.
issue of the week.
Oh, all right so far.
Well, the weekend for him.
And
There we
then the
go.
car just goes. And
do a
ultimately,
past it.
just unable to bring the car under control.
you only had 2 weeks off. Weren't you off last week as well, Wayne? Yeah, for some reason I got it in my head that you were off last week as well. Anything, Ali? 20 minutes left in the session. Nice, easy one for us. We do not have to run. Let's see. What is wrong with Hockenberg's car? Let's take a quick gander. Oh, the scroll wheel feels wrong. Oh, it's the engine. Oh, that's not good. Not at this circuit, it's not. It's good for us, not for him. Let's take a look at Ricardo as well. What's wrong with Ricardo? Battery for Ricardo's car. Oh no, you talked about it a lot. I knew you had time coming off. I just wasn't sure whether it had already started or not. That's how long you've been talking about it. Ooh, lucky boy Hulkenberg.
I've got no power.
And the engine goes orange right before qualifying. That means they will switch that out for him. And he'll have a brand new powertrain and a brand new engine going into qualifying. Lucky boy. That happened right at the end of the session. Otherwise, that would have been very bad for him. That would have either gone orange in qualifying, which would have put him at the back of the grid for Breaking Park Fairmay, or it would have gone orange during the Grand Prix, which would have ruined his race. Damn. All right, there we go. You can see that our drivers are now getting into that higher window as their relationship with their engineers continues to improve. So, let's see how we do in qualifying.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final two sectors.
Now we see
our mechanics
Sauber's
trying to
driver there,
replicate
Karun.
the
How do you think they'll be
six-wheel
feeling?
Tyrrell
They're
there.
not looking quite as strong
With
as their teammates, so they've got some
varying
ground to
degrees of
make up.
success.
A good grid position here would certainly help matters.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
Evening, Stan. So, we need to put the better bits back in the car. we go, and just an engine change for Jensen. And they found me. Right, it's time to go into qualifying. Degrees, 48.5 on track. It's the British Grand Prix, so we'll ride with Button on this one.
Warm the tyres where you can.
More drives have made their way out. It's not even Ayrton Senna. It's not even Senna. It's Bruno Senna, but it's not even Bruno. It's Adrian Sutil who's coming out, and Jaime Alguersuari as well. Ayrton on the brain, seeing as I'm wearing his top. I suppose I should complete the look. Go. We've got the blue Senna Nacional cap on to go with the Nacional top.
The temperatures all look fine. Good gap in front.
All right, off we go. We've got
good work on
Seb behind us. He's going to get a tow from us. He is close enough. But again, we're not trying to win pole position in this session. We're just trying to make sure that we definitely get through. A little bit of traffic ahead for Michael. One of the McLarens, that is Mercedes, sorry, that is Alton, I believe. Yes, it is. 25.2. Let's see what Jensen does. Hamilton is not going to get out of the way before Brooklands. Oh, this could compromise him a little bit. Into Luffield. And then
you saw that.
Through Woodcut onto the old start-finish straight. And we've got a yellow flag. Somebody's made a mistake. And is it? And it's Alguersuari.
Here's the replay.
Wide.
And that won't help their chances. Really,
I
they
saw a
must
slow
be
Lotus
careful.
and I wasn't sure if it was somebody pulling over on an outlap or somebody making a mistake. Vettel is marginally quicker than us so far. It's nip and tuck between him and Schumacher at the moment, and he's not as close to Jensen as I thought. Maybe he will get a tow down the Hangar Straight, maybe he won't, I don't know. We'll see what the final sector looks like here. It's a 124.8 for Schumacher. Let's see what Jensen does. 125. And, oh yeah, we
Delta
are
negative
just
at
quicker than
safety
Seb.
Okay, look
Go.
after the fuel on the way in.
A 125.0. Just a 125. But not too far away. Not too far away. We should definitely be safe with that there. I saw with you guys talking about ETS. I saw a blog post, I think, showing off some changes that they'd made for the UK revamp. Has that been launched yet or not? Yeah, I haven't played ETS for a long time now. Purple first sector for Lewis. You might have a little bit of trouble to contend with through the through Maggots and Beckett's here. I think they got out of his way. Vettel certainly did. He's purple in the middle sector. So Hamilton looking like he's about to go top.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter.
And across the line, and it is purple,
stop on
and
the
it's a
marks.
1:24.6, 2 tenths quicker than Schumacher. Let's see what Bruno, definitely not Ayrton Senna, does on his lap. Valtteri goes P6, and Senna's 2.2 seconds off. Didn't have the best didn't have the best final sector. The Ferraris are leaving the pit lane. Alonso behind Rosberg. Let's keep an eye on Alonso here. Romain Grosjean coming up to the end of the lap. There he is into Vale. Now through the old club chicane into the club double right-hander, as it is now. He goes P6, he's a second off the pace. See what Paul di Resta does in the other Mercedes. Yes, both catering drivers have now scored. So the only team yet to score a point now is Marussia, with Jules Bianchi getting his first point of the year last night. I'm hoping we can stay in the garage and not run again. As di Resta goes to P6. And he is 9 tenths almost off the back of his teammate there. Nico Hülkenberg with his brand new engine. Oh, gets his lap ruined there by Kimi Räikkönen. Don't think he's aborted. I think he's just lost a big chunk of time there. Still pushing. All right, where is Alonso? There is Alonso starting his lap. Does finally have a Grand Prix win after taking the top step at the Red Bull Ring. Let's see. No, not the Red Bull Ring. We got the top step at the Red Bull Ring. Where were we before that? Barcelona. It was Barcelona, his home race, where he got the win. .25.3, it's not the quickest we've seen. Oh, was it Canada? Oh, no, yeah, it was Canada, wasn't it? My brain's addled, it's the heat. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. We've seen 25.2s in the opening sector, but it's not bad. It's not too far away. 25.3. Middle sector, 37.0. That's not quick enough. Not going to be troubling the top of the timings, I don't think, here, unless he has an almighty final sector. Rosberg is slower than us. Alonso just pips him by 0.07 of a second. But yeah, half a second away from Hamilton. and a couple of tenths away from Jensen. Who else is currently on a lap? Let's see, Wickens is just on a lap. We've got Gutierrez and Raikkonen. Gutierrez right behind Kimi Raikkonen, and Raikkonen gets his lap spoiled there by the Caterham. Which Caterham was it? Was that Perez? It was Perez. Of course it was Perez. Evening, Guambe. So Gutierrez managed to get into P16. Raikkonen did not make it into the top 16. Plenty of time left to have another run. But traffic can be brutal here if you catch it at just the wrong point. Nobody currently pushing at the moment. Oh no, Senna is he? No, he's on an in lap, I think. Well, maybe he is pushing. He looks a little quick. Yeah, he's pushing. Senna's pushing. Just didn't improve in the opening sector. And now he's got a Red Bull in front of him. He got through without being held up. That didn't improve there. I think he lost a bit of time in the final sector though, so let's see. He should theoretically improve overall here. Let's see where he can stick that Lotus. Over the line he goes, and he does improve by a second, 1.1 seconds. Gets up to 11th place. Wickens going out for another lap, as is Bottas and Perez. I know why. I updated the file and it removed the Williams. And the Force India as well. I just realised the Force India's gone back as well. We will have to add those back in. Do that at the end of qualifying, or the end of this qualifying session. We'll go in and we'll re-add the Martini livery for Williams. We'll re-download or reinstall the mod for Jodie's Force India, and I might even throw a helmet pack on for Williams. And I think if I've got something I can throw on for Caterham. I don't think. Grosjean's improving. We are going to stay in the garage. No need for us to go again. We are comfortably through to the next session. Question is, who will fall by the wayside? Are there any big names at risk at the moment? Really? Yeah. There's no big names. Well, maybe Hulkenberg would be the biggest threat here. At the most at threat, I suppose, is the right way to do it. Maybe you could argue Raikkonen as well. Maybe even Al Jaswari should be up there. Grosjean improves to P7. Valtteri on an improved lap, as is Robert Wickens, but 25.7 is not good in the opening sector. That's half a second down on front row pace just in the first sector. Oh no, look, the Force India is working. So it's literally just the Williams we need to replace. Perez's lap is a mess, yeah, but I mean, he might be safe. I don't think Wickens is going to trouble the top 16 here. Oh, he does. He gets ahead of Perez. Ooh, that makes things interesting. Perez might be on his way out. He got ahead of him by 1/10 of a second. So there's definitely improvements to be found. You see Valtteri in 10th place there, ahead of Paul di Resta now. Let's see what Jaime can do. He lost just a tiny bit of time there, with Satil in the way coming out of Stowe. But it would be negligible, that time lost there. Across the line, you can see he did lose a little bit of time in the final sector. Let's see, Hulkenberg. This is the key lap here. Rapidly closing in on the back of the cars at the back of the hangar straight as they go through Stowe. Should be okay. I don't think he'll lose any time here. Bianchi now starting his push lap, so yeah, he's fine. Let's see what Hulkenberg can do. It's a decent middle sector, and he gets up to 9th, so that's him safe. Kimi Raikkonen needs to find some time. 25.3 is not bad. 37.4 is not great. Wonder if he lost a little bit of time behind that Marussia. Even though he did lose a little bit of time, he should still be fine to get through as long as he doesn't stuff it here. Across the line he goes. He's only P14, so he's not safe with 3 drivers looking to improve. Here's Jules Bianchi in the Caterham. Definitely having more success since moving from the Manor team last year. The Marussia team. Technically it's Manor. I mean, Marussia was owned by Manor. Checkered flag has fallen. So if you haven't started a lap, it's too late. Everyone who needs to start a lap has started a lap. Ricciardo's on his lap. Bianchi is almost done. Gutierrez is almost done. Ericsson's almost done. Jean-Eric Verne did not make the line, though. Not in time. So he is out. Right, Bianchi across the line. And he gets up to P12. Raikkonen's out. Kimi Raikkonen has been eliminated. His teammate just behind him. Maybe that car just isn't improving much. Ericsson is safe. Can Ricciardo get himself out of the drop zone? He's got some damage to his battery, remember. Yeah, the halo was indirectly added because of what happened to Bianchi. It wasn't specifically just him, but yeah, he was one of the main driving factors for the halo. And Ricciardo misses out. He is out of qualifying. So Ricciardo out in P17 ahead of Raikkonen, Al Jaswari, Wickens, Perez, and Jean-Eric Verne. All right, so we are going to sort that mod out. So I want my shortcut to packs. There we go. Let's open up 2013. And team packages. I need to take that one out. Okay, yeah. So I need to delete that. There we go. That should be it. That should be all we need to do. Into the second session of qualifying. Yeah, that's the 641 with Nigel Mansell behind the wheel. On my other screen, I've got Mansell's FW14B, my second favourite car. We're going to run the same scrub tyres that we ran in the previous session.
Radio's good.
And then we'll get Mike out as well. Nope. Moved the box on me there. There we go. So now when we see Bottas or Ericsson come out, we should see the Martini Williams. Be kind, traffic, be kind. Looking a bit cooler, look. 21 degrees, only 40 degrees track temperature. Let's actually see if the tyres are firing up. With this cooler track temp. I think it's 95 degrees.
Drive straight out,
tyres
straight out.
switch on.
Track will be clear.
So they're slightly undercooked. Oh, Jensen! That's not the way to warm your tyres up. Ruined them, look, 77 degrees, and the temperatures skyrocket. Surface temperature over 130 degrees. Damn it. Schumacher's tyres just coming into the window. We're Jensen finishes lap. He's the first on track, so he's going to go purple regardless, but this time is obviously going to be useless in comparison. And he's definitely going to need a new set of tyres to run again to guarantee making through. We'll try running him on these tyres once again. He should improve, but I don't know if he'll get close enough to get through without needing to use a second set. 7-2 middle sector. That's going to be bad as well. Down 3/10. So 1:30.1. Terrible time. 1:25.2, much better, 4.9 seconds faster. So, let's see what Vettel and Alonso get up to. If either of them lost a little bit of time behind Grosjean, I think they will have got past him. Came out. Oh, looks like Alonso might have lost a little bit of time. Maybe not. 25. Oh, it's Rosberg, not Alonso. Rosberg did lose a little bit of time. Couple of tenths there. Final corner onto the sorry, Farah, the Hamilton straight, and Vettel goes top with a 1:25.2, just 29 thousandths ahead of Schumacher there. Rosberg 6.5 tenths away.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter. Copy. Stop in front of our garage.
Oh, someone's stuffed it somewhere. That is, I think, Valtteri or Ericsson. It's going to be Ericsson. Oh no, it's Gutierrez.
Let's see what happened there.
He must have been coming out the pits.
Right, let's have a look now. Around turn 3. Whoa, and there it goes.
Another driver doing
past
past the Maldonado there. And you can see we do have the Martini Williams livery. All right, Paul di Resta rounding the final corner. See how he does as Hamilton starts his lap. .26.9. That's an awful first sector for Adrian Sutil. Nico Hulkenberg even. At least they got the nationality right. And we'll send Jensen back out on those really now very badly damaged tyres. Try and squeeze an improvement out of him. Hamilton goes purple in the first sector. I'm going to send Michael out for another run as well. Little split coming up. And he's purple there as well, so looking to go top of the timings. As we get past Marcus Ericsson there and Mr. Maldonado. Onto the start-finish straight, and it is purple. It's a 1:25.0. lap. And that will put Jensen over 5 seconds behind now, 5.1 seconds behind. Alonso pushing right behind Esteban Gutierrez, is it? Or is it the other Red Bull? Right, it's got to be, well, it might be a Williams, actually. I think he's right behind Valtteri. Yeah, he is. He's right behind Valtteri. Alonso goes P6, Valtteri to P9. Immediately bumped to P10 as Senna pops up into 8th place. Jensen now about to start his flying lap.
Good gap in front. Let's go.
So not expecting an earth-shatteringly quick time here, but it should be an improvement on his first run. I mean, it can't be that much worse. Schumacher find any time, not in the opening sector, he can't. Not sure there's any competitiveness left in Schumacher's tyres. There's definitely none left in Jensen's, but as I say, we're looking to just improve his time a bit, get him back up towards peak confidence, ready for his new set of tyres to finish the session. I don't think I'm going to send Schumacher out. I don't think I'll need to. Jensen has to negotiate some traffic down the Hangar Straight and into Stowe as well. Slightly down in the middle sector, but this is all about the first sector here, where we lost all of that time. And Jensen does improve by nearly 4 seconds, but he's still in the drop zone. They have got his confidence up a little bit higher though.
Look after the fuel.
No improvement for Schumacher. And we'll probably, as I say, not run in the next session. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton was not going to win, but I think he would have been able to get past George quite comfortably on that final lap had that actually happened. But I mean, more than anything, it's just that spectacle of the final lap shootout that we got robbed of. It is mocked a little bit in the latest episode of Lollipop Man F1 Comics, covering the British Grand Prix. Oh, got a yellow flag. Since Monaco, when penalties were thrown out left, right, and centre, a new character has been introduced called Penalty John.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter. Attack the box.
Right, out goes Fernando. We are going to leave Schumacher in the pits. He'll be safe, but we are going to need a new set of tyres for Jensen. Just went purple in the middle sector, but had a terrible first sector, so probably won't improve overall here. There's purple in the final sector as well. Some real pace in that car, but he stuffed it somewhere in the first sector, either through a mistake of his own or more likely hitting some traffic. So pressure mounting here for Jensen. In 13th place right now, needs a lap. We're going to remove the Senna cap. We're going to put the Jensen Vodafone McLaren cap back on. This just seemed to be quite lucky for him. Put Senna back up on the shelf. There we go. Rosberg just went purple in the first sector at 25.2. I think we'll beat Rosberg if we get a clean run. So we pull over to let one of the Force Indias through. That's Grosjean.
Stable. Drive straight out. Track looking clear. Let's go.
Right, here we go. And we are close enough to maybe get a bit of a tow off the back of Maldonado here as well. We'll also have a front row seat if Maldonado does something Maldonado-ish. It's not bad, but it's not great. Hoping for a 25.2. Vettel's gone top. 24.7. Schumacher's done now. Currently in P4, faster than the rest of us, so things go spectacularly wrong. The rest is more likely to get eliminated than we are. Middle split coming up. Down on Maldonado by a couple of tenths in the middle sector. You get enough of a tow here though to overcome some of that. Club chicane. Maldonado goes second. Jensen improves to P7. We are through. So, what about Marcus Ericsson, who is on a lap? Can he do enough to squeeze through and knock out Grosjean? It's the last one left. Can he do it? No, he can't. He goes to P12. He will start behind Hulkenberg. No, he will start ahead of Hulkenberg because Hulkenberg has a penalty to be applied. Well, that's everyone done. Both cars safely through into Q3, which is nice. Let's see how we do in the top 10 shootout. Right, let's see how we do. Track temperature is actually a little bit cooler, look. 40 degrees. Going to stay a little bit cooler here.
Should be starting now.
a toe off the back of Alonso here. This might work. This might backfire spectacularly. But this is why we're doing it on the opening run and not not the money lap at the end of the session.
Warm the tyres where you can.
We've got traffic leaving the pit lane as well. Both of the Mercedes drivers and Sebastian Vettel as well.
You're good to open the lap.
Oh, come on. Unnecessary lift. Schumacher just lost half a second. Jensen, though, slightly quicker than Fernando. Absolutely flat. Two Cots. Slightly quicker than Alonso again. Jensen getting the together as we go past the Lando stand. At least what is now the Lando stand. Yeah, we just picked him by about 400ths of a second. A 1:25.0 for Jensen.
Look after the fuel on the way in.
1:25.0 for Alonso as well. Schumacher is nearly 6/10 away. That awful first sector where we lost half a second, getting blocked by somebody. Now Vettel goes purple. Behind him, is it Hamilton? No, it's Di Resta behind. I think it's Di Resta that caused us to have to lift. Vettel looks like he's going to take pole position provisionally here, away from Jensen. So also dives into the pits. Hamilton's P3. Vettel crosses the line and does go top with a 124.9, 66 thousandths of a second.
Lane speed limiter.
Paul di Resta in
Attack for pit
ninth,
box.
1.5 seconds off the pace. Let's see what Pastor Maldonado can do. Not the best first sector by any stretch of the imagination there, nearly half a second down. Brand new tyres for Jensen. Yeah, might as well. Brand new tyres for Michael as well. Middle sector's decent for Maldonado here. Oh, looks like he lost maybe a touch of time there with Grosjean jinking into the pits. Oh, well, he spins. Maldonado does Maldonado things.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Maldonado
Let's follow the
is very
drivers then
much
through turn
the
16.
precursor to Lance
That's the
Stroll,
moment
isn't
they
it?
lose it. And there's not much they can do about that now.
Driver with some talent and would
As for
occasionally
the
show
team back in
flashes
the
of it, but
garage,
more often than not,
that was a
it's
tough
only on the
moment to
grid
watch.
because of money. In this case, the money that he brought, as opposed to the money that Stroll's dad had. Oh shit! I just sent. Oh crap! Oh crap! I sent Jensen out earlier. Did not mean to do that. I don't know why I just clicked that. I really don't. Oh well, we're out. We're out on track. Let's see if clean air will be a thing for us. Or if we're going to get traffic as we come around. Bruno Senna. Bruno Senna's in the top 6. Wow. Bruno Senna leaving the pit lane. Maybe wearing the shirt and the hat for that hour or so has somehow manifested a good performance for Bruno Senna. Out goes Alonso. Said Schumacher now, and hope that I've judged that right. We've got one of the Mercedes coming out behind us. That's Hamilton. That's not ideal. Actually going to give him a tow. Have I heard about the government plans for YouTube? I've heard
Good gap in front.
snippets. I've not seen a lot of it, but I've got the general gist that they want to force YouTube into promoting, legacy media channels in the algorithm. So BBC, ITV, Channel 4, etc. Because television's now pretty much deadbeat. The audiences on TV are so much smaller now than they used to be. Jensen's on a really good lap here. We get past the Ferrari of Nico Rosberg without too much drama there. We are purple in the first sector. Could Jensen stick it on pole in his home Grand Prix? He's purple in the middle sector. This is a hell of a lap being put together here. Don't get in the way, Michael. Thank you. All right, across the line for Jensen. It's purple across the board. He goes top with a 1:24.8.
P1. If you could keep your pace up on the in lap.
That's an excellent lap. An excellent lap. That puts him 1.5 tenths clear of Sebastian Vettel. Let's see if Schumacher can do something similar. And on top of that, I think Jensen might have just blocked. He has. He's blocked Hamilton a bit. Not the best first sector for Schumacher at all there. 25.4, down 2 tenths. I don't think it's becoming China in the same way as China controls its media, but I think like I said, it's because TV is a dying medium, and it's just a way, in the same way that the banks were all propped up during the financial crash. I think this is a way to try and prop up the TV channels. In particular BBC, given that less and less people are paying the license fee these days. This is not a good lap for Schumacher. We're going to try and push our luck. We're going to try and go for another lap. We may well run out of fuel. Vettel goes purple in the first sector. We are quicker than Hamilton by 1/100th of a second. But Seb is flying. Oh, he's getting a toe off the back of Grosjean. God damn it. All right, hopefully he's too close now and Grosjean will block him. Button into the pits. Can we hang on for pole position? Schumacher's found a 10th in the opening sector. We are running out of battery. Here comes Seb. Up to the line. Will he steal pole position from me? Damn! Yes, he will by 2/100th of a second. You bastard! All right, Schumacher again. A bad middle sector. A 37.0 once again. Why is Schumacher? Oh, he's in. I forgot to cancel. Yeah, he's in. Damn it. So P8 for Schumacher. Struggling in Q3, having looked so quick in Q1 and Q2, struggling in Q3. But Jensen coming alive, almost taking pole position, will start from the front row. There's nobody left who can stop him. Di Resta and Maldonado did not cross the line in time to start their laps. They missed an opportunity to improve. This is why Maldonado is 6.2 seconds off the pace. And Di Resta 1.7. What a shame for them. There we go. That is your top 10 order. It's Vettel from Button, Hamilton, Alonso, Grosjean and Rosberg. Then Bruno Senna in 7th place ahead of Michael Schumacher, Paul Di Resta and Pastor Maldonado. We've got that penalty to be applied for Nico Hülkenberg, which could drop him down just 3 places, in which case he will start behind Valtteri. If it's anything bigger, then we'll see. Nobody had a big shunt or crash, so I don't think there's going to be anybody starting from the pit lane. Let's check the confirmed grid lineup.
"52 laps around Silverstone await our drivers as the anticipation continues to build."
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history. From Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Silverstone is a power circuit. It demands downforce and total confidence in the car for a driver to keep their foot planted through Sector 2, through the high-speed corners at Woodcote and at Copse, and carrying on through Maggots and Beckett's. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
There's so much electricity in the air that Schumacher had to keep his helmet on because his hair was all over the place. Right, let's take a look at that amended grid, shall we? See where Hulkenberg ends up. So, it was just a 3-place penalty. He'll start from P14. That elevates Ericsson, Gutierrez and Bottas 1 place apiece. Nobody starting from the pit lane, so no further changes to the grid. Right, let's take a look at the temperature. It is 34 degrees. Ah, that's hot. Very hot. Right, we are going to have some periods of sun, and in those periods, track temperatures are going to skyrocket. Absolutely skyrocket. I think I'm going to go medium to soft. It's a little bit of a risk. Lightning McQueen. Ciao. We're going to go with that. We are potentially going to be protecting these tyres at times. We are going to take 1 lap of fuel out, and we're going to be aggressive at the start. Engine temps are going to be a big problem. There we go. And with that, we are set, prepped and ready. Strategies are chosen. If we get an early safety car, we can switch and go soft, or even a red flag. You know, if we get something around lap 10, then we can potentially box and go soft. We could even try, maybe. Have a quick look. About. Feasibly get away with if we stopped around lap 10. It's doable. The pace might not be great, but it would be doable. So we've got that as an alternate strategy as well. But we're going to start this. Right. We are prepped and ready. The start of the British Grand Prix is next.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. The McLaren driver now fully focused on this race.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix.
Can we get off the line well? Can we get ahead of Seb into turn 1?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
No, Seb rockets away. He's on hard tyres as well. Hamilton tries to pick us off. And has done. Senna has been overtaken by Schumacher. He's up to P7, but we've lost a couple of places here with Jensen. He's coming back at Lewis into Brooklands. Has to tuck in behind. We see Grosjean and Alonso side by side. Alonso with the better line. And Schumacher's got past Rosberg. Lovely. Let's see a replay of that, please.
Look at the McLaren driver here. The opportunity's there.
Ah, beautiful. Up the inside.
And that puts them in 6th.
Fantastic stuff. And straight on the attack against Jensen. Against Hamilton for Jensen here. And Schumacher straight on the attack against Grosjean, who's still trying to find a way past Alonso. Most of the grid started on soft. We've got mediums on Verne, on Bianchi, Ericsson, Senna, and our two drivers, and hard tyres on Sebastian Vettel. Track temperature is 64.4 degrees, which is insane. We're going to turn the engines down before they become a major issue. We're going to turn the tyres down now as well.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre. DRS enabled.
P3.
64.5 degrees. I think the highest we've seen it is like 67, 66, something like that. 66.9 maybe. But this is very, very hot. Very rare we see track temperatures this high. Dropping away. Button dropping away from Hamilton as we cool down the tyres. We're going to have to really cool them down here. I think the AI is going to have to two-stop this. I think they're going to absolutely shred their tyres in the dirty air. Vettel might be on a winner here because he's got the hard tyres, so they'll be a little bit less heat sensitive. And he's in clean air, although Hamilton is attacking him. And gets up the inside as Alonso goes past Jensen. We're going to ease down the batteries now as well, so we're not left completely adrift.
Recharge on.
Vettel got back ahead. And we got a yellow flag. That's a mistake for Robert Wickens. Lock up at turn 16.
Now the action happens as they went into turn 16.
At the end of the Vale Straight.
And the car just locks. Just unable to control the car by that point.
And just gets a couple of wheels into the gravel. Right, back to our drivers. We are going to be slipping down a little bit. Let's up the tyre pace again slightly now that the tyres are not on the cusp of it melting. Grosjean gets through. Rosberg got through on Schumacher at the same time. We're going to play a long game as Schumacher gets back in front of Rosberg.
1.5.
Right, let's follow
Hamilton
the action now at
just
turn
getting
7.
past Vettel there as I hit the replay
gap
button.
opens up for them.
And there you see we had the inside line from Woodcut. Sorry, from Luffy. Here comes Seb looking to retake that position. Hamilton moves to go defensively. Will Seb go around the outside? Oh, ha, with ease. Look at that. Just rocketed past. And Alonso's right there as well now. We'll see Jensen. Quite happy for Grosjean to just sit in that dirty air and destroy his tyres. He'll sit just outside of it. Schumacher and Rosberg fighting again. Schumacher blocking former teammate Rosberg there beautifully down the Wellington straight. There's a little bit of battery again now. Covering off Rosberg. Tyres are definitely cooling down quicker than I thought they would. Sun is behind the clouds at the moment. That might have something to do with it.
Overtake available.
Hamilton and Vettel again, swapping places. They're going to be scrapping all the way through. And we want Hamilton in front of Vettel. Hamilton's tyres are going to be struggling anyway, and we want Vettel's tyres to burn up a little bit quicker to just limit his options. Keep saving a little bit longer on the tyres.
Recharge on.
Slipping off the back. In fact, everyone's starting to just separate out a little bit now. Rosberg not putting as much pressure on Schumacher as he could because he's under a lot of pressure from Paul di Resta. It works for me. It's another little blaster battery again. Turn those tyres up just a touch. And you see di Resta having a little look at the inside into Stowe. Couldn't quite get that move done. Rosberg covered him off. Hamilton leads On lap 7 now, ahead of Vettel by a second, and Alonso third. Grosjean right behind in fourth. About 3 seconds back then to Jensen in fifth. Schumacher in sixth. Rosberg seventh, eighth for Paul di Resta, ninth for Bruno Senna, and Marcus Ericsson in 10th place in the Williams. Maldonado down into P12. Just about broken Rosberg. My hope is now that Rosberg and di Resta will fight and lose time. And we will try and just stretch our legs just a little bit.
Use the pace now. Use the overtake button.
Di Resta gets through on Rosberg, but they're now 2 seconds behind us. Di Resta is pushing hard to get back onto Schumacher here.
Recharge button on.
Yeah, slightly overcooked it. Yeah. Get a bit too big again. Just punched his way through, hasn't he? He's left Rosberg for dead. Closing in hard on Michael Schumacher here, who I think just about picked up DRS off the back of Jensen. Yes, he did. Excellent stuff. The Resta is closing up fast. Vettel's got back ahead of Hamilton and is now 2.5 seconds clear, with Alonso putting Hamilton under all kind of pressure. Are the softs already starting to struggle? Put a lot of heat into those tyres. Let's put the battle assist on. And the fighting certainly isn't helping, so there's a chance for Seb to really scamper clear here. Meanwhile, Schumacher's got di Resta close behind. Lap times. 129.2 for Seb. That's quick. Vettel losing quite a lot of time. Well, Hamilton losing quite a lot of time to Vettel, having to defend so vigorously on that last lap from Alonso. Let's see if he's picked his pace up this time round. And I thought for a minute there was a lapped car. It's not. It's Grosjean up in fourth place. 130.7. Hamilton did close the gap a little bit. We've got a yellow flag. And that is the other Sauber. That's Nico Hulkenberg, I think.
Right there.
Well, no, Ricciardo running wide. I saw Ricciardo looking slow.
As we look to Stowe. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Schumacher has a look and gets that move done.
Tyre management, everything's good. Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Recharge on.
It has DRS.
There is Bruno Senna right on the back of Nico Rosberg now to move back up into 8th place. Hamilton has got that gap down to Vettel. Broken away from Alonso. Did a 1:29.9 last lap. 1.3 seconds quicker. Gap is just a second. He's going to get DRS here.
So
Hamilton pushing hard. Maybe he's just cooling his tyres off for a lap or two then. That's why that gap opened up a bit. Or maybe Seb just went full send. Drain the battery, push the tyres maybe.
0.4.
And recharge on, recharge on.
We're still in good shape. Not concerned about our pace at the moment. We do have some pace in reserve.
we can have recharge on now.
Laps done. We're coming up to the beginning of lap 12.
He has DRS.
Kind of waiting for the rest to have a careless lunge and lose some time so that we can try and just suddenly sprint away from him. Doesn't look like he wants to play ball at the moment.
Pack is high.
And we took quite a bit of time out of Grosjean on that last lap as well. That's encouraging. Wow, we did lose the DRS there. It's a little annoying, but we'll go back around the outside through Brooklands, have the inside line through Luffield.
Recharge on.
Better exit for Di Resta. And we'll tuck him behind him.
No harm done.
Let's go hunting.
Let's attack. You can use overtake.
And Rosberg's in the pits. So, first stop after just 13 laps. This is a two-stop. This is absolutely a two-stop. And we've got a fault for somebody as well. Jaime Alguersuari. Evening, Daniel. It's again another typically slow stop there for Ferrari. Do not know why their pit crew is so bad this year. Schumacher trying to break away from Di Resta and also going on the attack against Romain Grosjean. might just drop the rest. It's hard to tell. Nah, he got the DRS. His rear wings open, annoyingly.
Maximum PU cooling.
I'd like to get back in front of the rest there.
Cool carb.
Just blocks our line slightly. Positions this car just a little bit inside there. Stop us from just easily cutting back across him and switching to the inside line, but also not leaving enough of a gap on the outside for us to actually try and make a move there either.
Clear air if you can.
How's the time?
And Schumacher gets past Grosjean. That was good. We needed to do that. Kind of need to get past here as well.
Recharge on.
Look at the McLaren driver here. They decide to give it a go.
Oh, just left a little bit of a gap there. Intentionally or not, through
Closer and
through
closer to
snow.
that podium. Now in
And
fourth
Schumacher
place.
jumped on it. Dived up the inside. Got that move done. And looks like the rest of it now struggling for temperatures a little bit. This might be our chance to get past him.
Overtake available.
And through we go. Grosjean's already dropped back off the back of Schumacher.
Good, good.
So
That'll
we
be
can
P6.
go into top up now.
He's 1.3 behind.
Bottas in the pits, had a bad one. There's a few cars stopping, look, on those soft tyres, getting rid of them. Another set of softs for Valtteri. Can't seat that right rear properly.
What was that?
So 2 stops confirmed for Rosberg, Gutierrez, Raikkonen, Bottas and Wickens. Only on lap 15, soon to be lap 16. And Hamilton's in. So,
Recharge
how long is Seb going to stay out on those tyres? He's trying to go for the one stop. I imagine he's going to have to go onto medium tyres. He might try and stay out and go to soft. Medium's on for Hamilton. That's a pretty decent stop there. Hulkenberg coming in as well. Hamilton will come out behind Maldonado and Senna, I think. Yep, they are going through now. There they go. Maldonado's going to be in very, very soon, but Senna might stay out a little while, and that might slow Hamilton down a little bit. Decent stop there for Hulkenberg, turned around pretty quickly. Our tyres in pretty strong shape again.
Use overtake.
Now we're going to make that move. We'll try to. Grosjean might be about to dive into the pits. Did not close up quickly enough. Let's see if he peels off. Nope, staying out. So we need to get past him quickly.
Recharge on.
Let's try and get him out of Aintree down the Wellington Straight.
Use overtake.
Not close enough. Right, we've almost killed the battery, so let's harvest again.
A recharge.
Perez and Al Jaswari both into the pits. Upped Schumacher's pace again. Now slightly ahead of the prediction line. Track temperature currently a somewhat mild 56.5 degrees.
Has DRS, 1 second.
But it is slowly creeping back up again, and Di Resta's closing back in again. At some point soon, Grosjean and Di Resta will be looking to box. But not this lap. And Hamilton gets past Senna. Senna's not giving up without a fight. I'm amazed Rosberg was so quick to box.
Use overtake.
We need to get clear as quickly as we
Let's see if we
can.
can get
Because
past.
we're about to come under pressure from Di Resta again. Who got the fastest lap? Lewis Hamilton. That makes sense. Fresh tyres. Grosjean's pace looks to have picked up a little bit. Trying to close back in on Schumacher. And we have a yellow flag. Spin for somebody. Kimi
flags.
Raikkonen would be my guess. It is Raikkonen.
Let's take a closer look. Now here we are tackling turn 3. And the control's lost. And that won't do
We've
anything
seen
to
that
help those
happen
tyres.
to quite a few cars this weekend through practice. Now, can we get through up the inside? Yes, we can. Can we hold the move though? Grosjean doesn't want to give it up. Give him a little squeeze, and we make it through.
Pack is low.
But only just. We're out of battery now, and so we're vulnerable.
And recharge should be on.
But we have got the move done. There we go. That's given Schumacher a bit more breathing room again. Closing in on Alonso by half a second that last lap. Marcus Ericsson into the pits. Bad stop for Williams. Left rear is glued to the car. And we finally get that one off and put a new soft tyre on, but that's hurt him
What's
badly.
that?
He's going to lose so
A
much
pit stop
time.
issue.
He's going to come out behind Al Jaswari and only just ahead of Jean-Eric Verne. There's Bird. So we have an interesting mix of strategies here. About half the grid has gone for a 2-stop. Half the grid staying out for a 1-stop, it would seem. Lap 20. Seb will probably stop somewhere around lap 26, 27, I would imagine, if he's going mediums. If he's going to go softs, he'll probably go to about lap 32, 33, maybe even later than that. Let's go back to Jensen. Grosjean sat behind us. He's going to be hurting his tyres a little bit. It's definitely cooler. 55 degrees. It's hovering around there at the moment. In fact, the air temperature is dropping as Perez sets a new fastest lap, a 1:28.2. Track temperature might be about to dip a little bit more. Yep, there we go. Under 55 degrees now. Turn Jensen's tyres back up a touch.
Okay, push.
Has DRS.
So Schumacher is lapping quicker than both Vettel and Alonso on that last lap. Let's see what he does this time round. We've got a lot of battery to play with. Let's spend some of that. 131.2, 131.4, and a 131.1. So again, slightly quicker than the guys in front.
Currently people.
Gap building up between him and Button now, which is good because that means we'll have the ability to stop them on the same lap just to get a big enough gap. Of course, we need to just let Jensen's battery start to rebuild slightly, and it also helps keep Grosjean, Di Resta, and the fast approaching Lewis Hamilton at bay as well. We're going to fault for Jean-Eric Verne in the lead Marussia there. Again, no information on what that fault is. Grosjean has now slipped back under pressure from Paul Di Resta. And there is Hamilton as well. So this is excellent because this is really going to hurt all three of them. It's going to hurt Grosjean's pace, which is going to hurt the pace of the cars behind. It's going to hurt Di Resta's tyres, and it's really going to hurt Hamilton's tyres a bit as well, because he's going to have double dirty air. See if he's got the pace to break past on the main straight here, down the hangar straight. See if either of them can. Grosjean just about keeping ahead. Oh, lovely defensive driving from Romain Grosjean there, frustrating both of the Mercedes drivers. As Hülkenberg moves past Daniel Ricciardo, that's him back into P12. Rosberg is up to 11th now. And Alonso pushed at the same time as we did. We both did 130.2, but we were 80 thousandths of a second quicker on that last lap. And yeah, look, that fighting has dropped Grosjean nearly 3 seconds behind us now. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. A fight that would hurt the tyres of the cars chasing and slow the pack down. Give us a chance to try and just consolidate a little bit of a gap. Let's ride on board the rear wing of Romain Grosjean here. Slowly creeping back up again, 55.8. Hamilton does not have the pace to get past Di Resta because Di Resta has the slipstream as well as the DRS. And Grosjean's into the pits. So that will release the Mercedes drivers. How quickly now will Hamilton get through? Let's see. As Maldonado comes in as well. Is this medium tyres for Maldonado? Looks like it is. Now Jaswari gets another escalating issue there. So Maldonado switching his softs for mediums. I mean, they're right on the edge of a one-stop. Till coming in. He's also going into mediums. Houghton is already through. Gap is 3 seconds to Jensen. Houghton needs to stop again. Stop too early to make a one-stop work. Alonso is still out there. We might see him in soon. Same for De Resta and Ricciardo. Those guys still on their starting soft tyres. Then we've got Senna on mediums and Vettel on hards, and that's it. No stop for De Resta, who's already lost over a second. This is going to be a quick lap for Lewis. 129.8, yeah, he's unleashed now that he's got clear air. So he's going to be steaming up to the back of Jensen pretty quickly. We'll go back onto battle assist there.
Overtake available.
Track temperature increasing again, look, 58.3 degrees. This is where we find out if being kind to our tyres has helped. I'm amazed Alonso has not stopped yet. Did a lot of battling in the early laps, although he has been relatively isolated for a while now. Vettel, I don't think, is going to have any issues at all with tyres today. Unless he comes out in traffic, which he might do. But then looking how far ahead he is from any kind of real clump of traffic, I don't think so. And he's in. Wow, Vettel's in early. Earlier than I expected. Same for Alonso. Medium tyres for Seb. And a very good stop indeed. Got a yellow flag.
Yellow's ahead. Yellow
Another
flag.
slow stop.
There's a yellow flag now.
Spin for Robert Wickens.
Right, we're down at turn
He's having a
5.
turgid time.
Oh no,
this
that's
season.
not how to do it.
That's
Oh
huge,
dearie me, you don't want to be
spin.
doing that.
720. The rest are in. Medium tyres. This is one-stop territory. I've got Hamilton right behind me. We are leading this Grand Prix now. Hamilton is about to go flying through, I think.
He has DRS.
No, he can't get through. Excellent. Jensen keeping him at bay. Ricciardo is in, so we are the only drivers apart from Bruno Senna now yet to stop. And we are planning on going a few more laps yet. See where Ricciardo feeds out. Behind Al Jaswari, ahead of Jean-Eric Byrne. Seb is just 5 seconds behind, well, 5.5 seconds at the most, behind Jensen at the moment. So, yeah, not too far away at all. And Hamilton does finally get through at the end of the hangar straight through Stowe. It's been coming.
Deep breath. You're going to be okay.
Just start to increase the tyre pace a little bit now. The Senna boxes.
Let's see what pace you can do.
Hard tyres going on eventually for Bruno Senna. Problem with that right front, but not the worst stop in the world. Gets going again. And may get out in front of Valtteri. It's going to be tight. I think Valtteri will get through. I think Satil will get through as well. There's Valtteri. There's Satil. Will he get out in front of Kimi? Just. So, P16 then for Bruno Senna. Vettel is absolutely flying at the moment. We've got some scary looking pace coming out of him at the end of this lap. Gap now just 1.7 seconds.
Time management all good so far.
Really hope we can hurt those tyres quite significantly before we stop.
Use overtake.
We're going to try and make life as hard for him as we can. So right now, we are fighting Hamilton and Alonso for third place. With Schumacher. Jensen is not going to be able to stand up, is he? Oh, he is. Good in the braking zone there. Well done, Jensen. Hamilton does need to stop again. Maybe stopping soon. Grosjean gets past Hulkenberg briefly. Hulkenberg shuts that down. They're still side by side, I think. And Grosjean is through. Going around the outside of Luffield there. Button still ahead of Vettel, but this might be where he gets through.
It has DRS.
It's going to come down to the braking here. It's Stowe, and he's got more grip available than us.
There's still opportunities here.
Alonso is now the car behind.
Right. Still doing good pace, look. 1:31.0 for Schumacher on that last lap. We need to find another kilo of fuel,
We are ready for you.
which we should just about be able to do. Maldonado now with a new fastest lap, a 1:28.1 in 10th place. As he goes hunting after Paul di Resta, who's stuck behind Nico Rosberg. Rosberg needs to stop again. He's now on the back of Hulkenberg, who I think might need to stop again as well. Because Grosjean's just taken off like a scalded cat. It's already 2.5 seconds clear. Now is, when do we box? Thinking the end of next lap. Brand new set of softs, and we still have another brand new set available if we need it. If we get a late safety car or VSC or even a red flag, we will have that option available to us.
We'll box this lap. Box this lap.
Right. Schumacher has got Hamilton closing in. He's in that 1 second window now. We're about to put a lap on Robert Wickens as well. Oh, Hamilton just gets up the inside into Maggots. Wasn't even a contest in the end. Do I go one more lap? Yes. Let's go one more lap. Tyres are still in very good shape. All things considered. One more lap will be fine.
Box this lap.
Right, Seb is closing in now as well. We are definitely going to drop down the order when we make our stops. We are very much out of sequence with most of the grid, well, pretty much the entire grid, with how we've decided to run the strategy today. Don't know how well it's going to work for us, but we have got a really big gap to Perez. So while we are definitely going to lose some time and come out behind these guys, some of them are going to have to stop again. And we're going to be on fresh, soft tyres as Valtteri's in for his second stop. So the two stops starting to come into play. It's another bad stop for Valtteri as well. Is that the same tyre? I think it is. Yeah, we'll be just restarting our Aston so far, so we'll be with a difficult engine, a bad car, potentially the slowest car on the grid. It'll be nip and tuck with Cadillac, but we'll just be restarting that series that we've been running for half a season. Right, into the pits for Michael Schumacher. And there you see Jensen peeling in as well. Looks like Alonso had just got ahead of us down the hang straight. Nice smooth stop, 2.3 seconds. For Jensen. I think we might make the points with Schumacher. I don't think we will with Jensen. We're at P5 for Schumacher and P10 for Jensen. This is about where I was expecting Jensen to come out. The fact that Schumacher came out in P5 just behind Grosjean, I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Vettel gets past Hamilton.
Currently, you are P10. Car behind is Perez now.
Overtake available.
Pick clear air if you can.
And there we go, Rosberg and Hulkenberg both diving into the pits for their second stops. That's cleared the way immediately for Jensen to go straight onto Maldonado. Pick up his DRS, and then it's a short hop, skip and a jump onto the back of Paul di Resta.
is 11 seconds.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Purple first sector for Jensen. So push Schumacher now. Maldonado has picked up the DRS off the back of the Resta. It's going to make it tricky to get him here. We get a really strong exit. Schumacher with a new fastest lap. Trying to get past Roman Grosjean. Jensen now with the fastest lap.
You got fastest lap.
Gutierrez hits the pits. Still, we can't get through. This is starting to get a little frustrating.
Okay, keep looking after the time.
And this time we get the move done. Up the inside.
Maximum PU cooling.
Schumacher gets past Grosjean as well.
Let's take a look at the replay. Through Brooklands. It's certainly inviting. And the McLaren there with a beautiful manoeuvre.
Now we'll put the power down on the exit of Luffield. And is through and away. Right, let's go after Paul di Resta. We're in that 1 second window. Just about. We might just have dropped Maldonado in the process as well, which would be lovely.
0.9, 0.9.
We get the
There are
DRS.
opportunities ahead.
Let's see if he got it or not. Too far back. Dead. I don't think he did get it.
Cool the car.
Almost out of battery.
Recharge on is good.
Overtake available.
Let's see what Schumacher can do with a clear lap.
Plenty to play for.
No.
Recharge
Vern,
on is good.
is this maybe a retirement?
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
No, not yet. It's a very sick car now. Got back markers in front. That is Vern and Al Jaswari. Schumacher with a new fastest lap. 127.4, that's tasty.
Okay, use deploy.
Right, let's see if we can get through here. We're really close now.
We think there's still opportunities here.
And yes, we complete the move. We are past Paul di Resta, so back to 4th and 6th.
Good job.
Podium's
That's
still
good
on.
going. So you are P6.
And we
2.5.
immediately break clear, so you can see how much time we were potentially losing there.
The recharge
Stuck
on is
behind Paul
good.
di Resta.
Focus
We've
on
broken
recharge.
that 1 second already. Grosjean's pace is not great, 1 minute 30 compared to ours at any rate. 1:29.8 for Seb. We're not pushing the battery this time, so let's see what Schumacher's lap time is this time around. .128.3, so still 1.5 seconds quicker than Sebastian Vettel. That's good. Robert Wickens dives into the pits again.
1.5.
And we'll be on Romain Grosjean very
breath.
soon
You
here
gonna
with
be okay?
Jensen. Temperature at 49.8 degrees. Just dipping slightly. It's going to go back up again in a minute. When that sun comes back out. I don't think we're in a fight with Vettel. And I do think we are in a fight with Alonso. 10 seconds behind him at the moment, but he's now stuck behind Lewis Hamilton. Hopefully Hamilton will keep him at bay for a little while longer yet before he has to make his pit stop. Once we realise Curse the commentator will probably have to see him dive straight into the pits.
1.1.
Okay,
1.1.
that's good. Let's keep that going.
No harm done.
Just outside of the range of Romain Grosjean at the moment as Bianchi hits the pits and Alonso gets through. Can Hamilton keep him behind? No, not from there he can't. Can he get back ahead? Again, Hamilton is due to stop again. You can already see his tyres are looking pretty rough. See a lot of pickups on those tyres.
There's still opportunities here.
It's not going to be long before he makes his stop.
Use the overtake button.
That extra lap of fighting did allow us to take another couple of seconds out of them. Grosjean's upped his pace a little bit this time round. Still no stop for Hamilton. How long's he going to go? As we do now get into the DRS.
Trap 0.7.
Schumacher is definitely closing. Hamilton will also having to fight through a little bit of
Recharge
traffic. Well, I say a little bit of traffic. One car, which I think was Suari. And Jensen having a little look there. I wasn't even paying attention. Didn't think he would be close enough.
Time management looks okay.
That's why I had just left him alone in harvest mode, and he almost got the overtake done into Brooklands there. It's like we'll try and punch past him on the hanger straight then. Maybe Grosjean's out of battery. Maybe his tyres have finally given up and he's going to box. I don't think he's going to box anytime too soon. He looked pretty decent to me.
Overtake available.
We've got a fault for Ericsson. minor fault. The way is shut. It was made by those who are Swiss. Oh dear. She's a Lord of the Rings reference. Right, can we get through this time? Ooh, yellow flag. Someone's made a big mistake, by the sound of it.
Okay, there are yellows ahead.
Spin for Jaime. It's right in front of us. That's Hamilton there.
That's the spin.
Having
and that
lapped him.
certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
And a 720 for Jaime out of Smiley. Jensen, get the move done. Get the move done. Come on. Ah! Jensen has this habit of backing out in the braking zones. Annoying. Hamilton is now just 4 seconds ahead of Schumacher, and we took 2.4 seconds out of him on that last lap. And we're still lapping quicker than Alonso and Vettel. Oh, and now the opportunity is very much on. Let's use a little bit of extra tyre here. Back out of it. There you go. No, come on, come on. Stick it. God damn it, Jensen.
Recharge on is good.
Oh, problem for Seb. We're not going to hear what it is, but...
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
Oh, that could change the complexion of the Grand Prix a little bit.
Be nice to get past.
Yeah, we are losing a lot of time here behind Grosjean now. We need to get through. We're going to absolutely just go full push with battery and tyres on the hanger straight.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Use overtake.
Throwing much more speed through Maggots and Beckett's. Exit through Chapel. Try and make it a late move. We're not quite close enough here. Wow. Where are we going to get him? It's really starting to get very frustrating. Alright, here we go. He's left us the outside line. He couldn't find a way through. Still can't find a way through. Grosjean picked his pace back up in response again. 128 after doing 131s. Surely this time we'll get him. No! 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 Fucking... No! John-Eric Byrne in the way. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide this time, Roman. Come on, Jensen, do your thing. Schumacher gets past Hamilton. Hamilton does hit the pits. And we are finally through. Thank fuck for that, Jesus. Right, into the pits for Lewis Hamilton. This will be for soft tyres. It is softs.
Good job.
And it's a slow stop as well. Beautiful. We like that. We like that indeed. Right, we kind of butchered the tyres a little bit there.
Pack is low.
But we are finally through. We're back on the podium. We've got a lot of battery to spend, so let's really push Schumacher. As that is... Who is that? Is that Al-Jawsari? Yeah, that's Al-Jawsari. Gets out of the way quickly. Gutierrez makes a mistake at
Let's have a look
turn 15.
at
That's Stowe, I believe.
Now we see this was at turn 15.
Yep.
Oh no! Why'd they go? And you really can't do that too often with these cars.
Hockenberg passes Satil. Schumacher rocketing up onto the back of Alonso. Jensen now quickly pulling away from Romain Grosjean. Where is Hamilton? P8. I've got him highlighted here. It's going to be tough for him to catch back up to Jensen. See if anyone else stops and clears the way for him. Those tyres come back under control. Still need to find half a kilo of fuel. We're going to do that now for Jensen. We're going to wait just a moment before we do that with Michael. I'm going to get on to Fernando first.
More lift and coast.
I haven't seen any of the new movies. No, I have not. Not even the original. First sector, 25.6. This is going to be a very good lap, I hope. .26.8. I think that's the fastest lap. Oh no, it is. It's a new personal fastest lap. 1:27.4 was the previous. Fault for Rosberg. What a shame. Can't tyre save and fuel save at the same time. It's just absolutely murdering my pace. You can see Jensen at 1:29.4 last time around. And we've immediately dropped out of Alonso's DRS. We managed to just tag it before we got into Magnus Beckett's. That's closest back up again. Tyre temps now cooling down again. Our tyres are going to be in better shape than Fernando's, I would imagine. But his are definitely more durable than ours. Let's get nice and close again. Do a little bit more fuel saving. We're almost where we need to be fuel-wise for Michael. We are now where we need to be for Jensen. Let's see. De Rest has passed Grosjean. Hamilton's caught Maldonado already. Wow, he's pushed hard. He's going to set a new fastest lap soon if we're not careful. Valtteri with an issue. We might actually hear this one.
Struggling with deployment.
My battery isn't giving me the power. Al-Jaswari into the pits. A late stop here. Very late stop. 8 laps to go. And a brand new set of soft tyres going on, and they do look brand new as well. Right, almost done fuel saving. We're nice and close to Alonso. I don't know if we can still get after Vettel or not. I'm hopeful that we can. We can stop fuel saving now. We'll keep the tyre saving going, as Ericsson has a fault. Not a retirement for him yet. We've got a few cars that are now dangerously close to braking. Hamilton past Maldonado. Next up will be Roman Grosjean. Let's get some battery here on Alonso as quick as we can, and then push past him and go storming after Seb, if at all possible. Might get a little dry here in these closing laps. Save a little bit more fuel as well, so we can push that too. We are so tightly tapped up behind him. Can't leave it too long. Just a little half look there. I think I'm going to try and break past down the Wellington straight here. Lock up for Paul di Resta.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Look at the Mercedes. Nothing at this point. Very heavy on the brakes.
Let's go let Hamilton through.
And they ended up their own passenger.
Brave on the brakes from Michael Schumacher. Gets the move done into peak confidence. And now we sprint for all we're worth to see if we can get after Seb. Yeah, Hamilton got through, and he's now past Grosjean as well.
Need to
Haven't
push.
quite dropped Alonso yet. See him swerving across to get into our slipstream again. Come on, Michael. You got this. Broken Alonso. We crossed the line, did a 1:27.4. That's quick. 1.7 seconds quicker than Seb. Stop pushing the fuel now. Did what we needed to do, which was to break away from Fernando and take a big chunk out of Seb. He's got traffic coming up. It's the two Williams drivers, Bottas and then Ericsson. And now just 4.2 seconds, 4.1 seconds behind him. 4.0. Gap is coming down quick. It's under 4 seconds. How close can we get before we run out of battery? How long can I keep the tyres going like this? 3.7 seconds at the end of the second sector as we hit the hangar straight. There he is. You can actually see him. Gap now 3.5 seconds. Hamilton's now inside 3 seconds on Jensen. Hopefully we can keep him behind. Across the line, the gap is 3.2 seconds. We took 2 seconds out of Seb, but we're out of battery, and the tyres are a little bit too hot. Seb might have DRS here on the back of Ericsson. Hopefully he does not. Don't know if he did or not, but he is through. Hamilton flying a 1:26.9, almost the fastest lap. We've got a full battery just about with Jensen. I think we're going to have to use some of it now just to try and keep him at bay for as long as possible. I don't want to drain all of it though, or else we'll not be able to fight him off on the final lap. We have got through on Valtteri. Now we go chasing after Seb again. 3.1 seconds. I think we're going to fall just short. There'll be 3 laps to go when we cross the line, and we've got nothing left really to push with, other than maybe our tyres a little bit, but they're already a little hot. 47.4. We've got a yellow flag. Not sure who it's for.
We've got a yellow flag
Spin
here.
for Jaime again.
Things are okay
Once
at
again,
this stage.
it's turn 3. It's catching everybody
just
out.
Goes, and ultimately just unable to bring the car under control.
I can't quite remember, is that farm or is that village? One of the
And
two.
for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
It's going up slightly.
Recharge on.
The tyres aren't going to cool down. We're just going to have to go for it. And hope. Seb gets clear. If we are very lucky, we might get some DRS on the back of Ericsson here. Don't think we are close enough. Might get a slipstream though before he pulls over. Hamilton now 1.4 seconds behind Jensen. See Alonso 5 seconds back. Button has taken a little nibble out of Alonso, but we're too far back to really go for the podium. Hamilton now 1.1 seconds behind. He is really closing in. 2 laps to go as we go across the line past Marcus Ericsson. The gap to Seb is 3 seconds. I think we're just going to miss out. Going to leave Schumacher to it. And we're going to turn our attention now to Jensen.
Okay, maximum pace now,
Who
maximum
has
pace.
Lewis Hamilton pushing hard to close that gap.
Use overtake.
It's a yellow flag. I looked to see if it was
Debris.
Vettel. It wasn't. Someone's crashed.
There's been a crash. Here's the replay. Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
That's Vert. The Marussians
Pushing a
have a
bit
horrible
too hard
weekend,
at this
haven't they?
point.
Who hit him?
Oh, and And the cars there, unable to
Oh.
keep out of each other's way. And that won't do their confidence
Is that
any good.
Gutierrez?
And you can just feel the frustration from the team
Or is it
watching on the
Ricciardo?
monitors.
It's Gutierrez. Missing a big chunk of wing. That gap's gone up, look. Tyres can't cope with the temperatures, I don't think.
Recharge on, please.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, This is going to be an easy overtake for Hamilton, I think. Unless we can somehow
Okay, use the block.
box him out on the exit. Ah, he boxes us out. Yeah, we're going to have to settle. We're not going to risk something horrific happening to the tyres. We'll take second place. It's going to be another podium. Our third podium in a row. Another second place for Schumacher. We will lose a little bit of leg room. Well, a little bit of ground to... damn it, he's going to get DRS.
Still plenty of opportunities.
Back on the Brits for P4
Pick
here.
clear air if you can.
Yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of ground to Sebastian Vettel in the Drivers' Championship.
Suggest
But we will
increased LICO.
extend our well, we'll pull more points over Alonso and Hamilton. Only 3 points over Alonso. 6 points over Lewis. We're not going to get back past Hamilton. Damn it. Schumacher comes in second. Seb wins.
Red Bull takes the win.
Damn it.
There'll be celebrations tonight after a performance like that. They've done themselves and the team proud.
We do get to put the Bridgestone podium cap back on. And there we go. P5 for Jensen. Not bad. 10 points there for Jensen. 18 points for Schumacher. So another 28 points for the team. We've outscored Ferrari, who only picked up 15
That's the
today.
checkered flag.
With Rosberg finishing outside
Well
of the
done,
points.
mate. P5.
Senna, who at one point looked like he might actually be able to challenge for points today,
So
in
we've
the
got a
end
bit of work to do
misses
as well, but
out.
That's a good haul of points.
But a good result, a respectable
So when you
result
get to
for
the
him.
FIA, we do turn the car fully off, kill the engine, wait for 5 seconds, and then turn it fully off with the ignition switch.
There we go. Everyone now across the line. And that is the end. Seb wins, but another strong race for Michael.
McLaren's driver was truly carrying the team's hopes. And what a result!
What a fantastic result for the team who got everything right for this podium. They deserve nothing less.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and every one of them. Now, Karun, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
We're nearing the end of the season and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula One moves to Mexico City.
We're not nearing the end of the season. It's the halfway point. Oh, go home, Greeny junk. Confirmation then of the final result. Seb gets the win. That's his 4th win of the season, I think. Schumacher in 2nd place. Gets his 3rd consecutive podium there. Ahead of Fernando Alonso. Lewis Hamilton in 4th. Jensen in 5th. Then it's Grosjean, Maldonado, De Resta, Hulkenberg and Sutil getting that final point in 10th. 11th place was Rosberg, then Ricciardo, Senna, Perez, Bianchi, Raikkonen, Gutierrez with a 5-second penalty in 17th place, added to his race time. Actually dropped him behind Kimi Raikkonen. And then the lap drivers of Marcus Ericsson, Valtteri Bottas, Robert Wickens, Jaime Alguersuari and Verne, who was lapped twice. Let's see the drivers' standings. Yeah, 4 wins now for Sebastian Vettel. He stretches his lead at the top of the standings, pulls out 10 points over Fernando and 7 points over Schumacher. Alonso second with 142 is now 15 points behind Seb. Hamilton on 133. Schumacher now on 113, 20 points away from Lewis, and 44 points behind Sebastian. So still in the hunt, still half a season to go, still very much in the conversation to try and win the championship. It's Paul de Resta in P5 with 67 points, just 3 behind. Jensen Button in 6th with 64. Maldonado has 56, and it's Hulkenberg with 38. Rosberg and Grosjean both tied now on 34. And Rosberg has a higher finishing position, which is why he is ahead. Sutil on 31, then it's Senna with 13, Raikkonen with 10. Oh, how Raikkonen must be regretting his move away from Lotus last year. Ricciardo in 14th has 9 points. Perez has 6. Bianchi and Bottas both with a point apiece. Then the non-scorers, it's Alguersuari from Gutierrez, Ericsson, Verne and Wickens. In the constructor standings, Red Bull go top. They have been overtaken Mercedes. They're on 213 points now. Mercedes in second on an even 200. And with 28 points, we've closed the gap by 12 to them as we move past Ferrari by 1 point and are now just 23 points behind Mercedes. Looking good. Looking very good there. Ferrari on 176. Sauber with 72. 44 points now for Lotus. 10 for Force India. 9 for Toro Rosso. 7 for Caterham. 1 point for Williams. And Marussia still yet to score. In the pit stop challenge, we did not make the leaderboard at all. 2.333 was the slowest in the top 10. We missed out by 0.004 of a second. And yeah, no joy at all. Not even close with Jensen there. With Mercedes finishing top, Red Bull second and 5th. Caterham again getting a strong result in 2 cars in the top 10 this time, in 3rd and 8th. Force India picking up some points in 4th. Lotus in 6th, Marussia 7th. Toro Rosso get the last 2 points positions there. These are the standings. We lose the lead to Red Bull by 1 point after a round where we didn't get any points at all. Red Bull get 28 and they move top with 189 to our 188. Lotus in 3rd have 130, then it's Caterham closing up with 121. 116 for Mercedes, 57 for Force India, 40 for Toro Rosso, 28 for Sauber. Marussia move past Williams into 9th place with 21 points. Williams down into 10th now with 19. And still no points for Ferrari, whose stops are abysmally slow. Have they improved their average? No, it's still, their best stop is still 3.454 seconds. I really don't know why their pit crew is so bad. There you see we made our bonuses with both drivers. 1.1 mil added to the bank. Let's head back, get our mid-season board review complete and start prepping for Schumacher's home Grand Prix in Mexico. Brackets Hockenheim. So we have our sponsor plan review. 6.787500 from engagement. Very nice. I think we had some mandatories as well. We did. Another 5.65 mil. Oh, big money. Massive money. Love it. We get our board review. And just in time for the review, we got ahead of Ferrari by that 1 point to take third place and get ourselves on target for our season objective, which is to finish in third. Oh, timing on that could not have been better. We are also now just one race away from completing the long-term objective, which is to get podiums at 6 different races. We've done it at 5 Grand Prix now. And the board confidence has improved from low to medium. We are turning things around this year. 750k cash bonus as well. Very nice. And here we are back at HQ with $14.5, nearly $14.6 million. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right. Something's broken on one of the cars. That much we did know. Just 4 days turnaround before we go to Mexico. We're going to dive into the inbox. Let's have a look. Wow, quite a few failures. Front wings on both cars, which I was expecting, but we also lost an underfloor and a suspension off Michael's car. Expected finish was 5th, we got 2nd. Expected was 10th, we got 5th. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, let's get the sponsor plan done. We've got guided tours for an absolute pittance, $333,000. But let's get some other stuff in. Nick DeVries can do something. As can Nick Heidfeld. Do I do the weather sensor? We're going to have to do something I don't really want to do. We'll send off 2 engineers. We'll use the weather facility. Still need more. I'm not doing anything with Jensen, who had been doing sponsor stuff for that last race, which I didn't realise. We're going to have to do something with either the CFD or one of our heads here. Don't really want to do anything with pick fatigue, and that's not going to be enough on its own anyway. It's going to need to be the CFD sim, I think. Even that's not enough. That's not good. Right. In that case, we'll go like that. Make sure that we definitely got enough carryover. I'm going to actually take the weather sensor off just in case. There we go. So we'll exceed the target by 865. That'll get us about 7 mil in 6 weeks' time. Let's confirm that sponsor agreement there. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight. When we come back tomorrow, we will continue this save file because we do need to do a complete restart on our 2026 save file. We will do that on Monday. So we will kind of flip the schedule a little bit. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will become our 2026 file. And then Thursday and Friday next week will be a continuation of the 2013 mod. So tonight is an extra day that we weren't originally planning to do. Tomorrow we will do round 10, and then Friday we'll do round 11, which will be coming back after the mid-season break. So that's the plan for the rest of this week. We'll continue just exclusively on the 2013 mod. And then, Monday we will relaunch our 2026 mod playthrough. And we'll go through everything. We'll go through getting everything set up so that anyone who wants to create their own 2026 playthrough will know exactly the steps to go through to get everything configured where they need it, and also how to change their team without potentially breaking anything as well. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have and you haven't already done so, then give us a thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. If you haven't yet subscribed, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button as well? And be sure to click on the bell for notifications for anything that goes on with the channel. Live stream starts, notification posts, anything like that. We'll be back at the usual time tomorrow, 8 p.m. for round 10 as we head to quote-unquote Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix in Mexico. And then, yeah, as I say, Friday we'll finish the week off going to the Hungaroring. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will be back with more F1 Manager very soon.